Hey, welcome. Got my spare room. Guess what? I'm ugly. So, what are we doing today? Back onto these carbon fibre titanium silencers again. Actually working out alright. This one I've just roughed out. Oh, on a big heads up to Samo and Manny out in Hunter Valley, New Zealand. Guys, it's really not necessary. Yeah, alright. Thank you for the offer. It's not necessary. Anyway, this has worked out alright. Now, I just slotted this Crossman back together because I bought these nice little brass parts off of eBay. Got a velocity spring adjuster. It's actually quite nice, and it's got the spring guide built into the bolt, which is a nice little touch. I've got this lovely little brass front CO2 puncher unit, which I'm going to end up drilling and tap in because I'm going to be doing a reservoir. However, I found a guy who makes this lower tube, so I'm getting like a 16-inch tube, but I'm getting it made to my spec because I don't want any holes drilled in it. So I want the brass tube to be the reservoir for the CO2, because of course I'm going to be running a row underneath, so I don't need to have any holes drilled in this to mount the trigger frame to. And then I bought this brass extended probe. Now this is where it all starts getting a bit poopy actually. Let me just move the camera in. Now it's a nice little unit. I'm just going to switch to close up. It's alright, it's quite nice. It's well made and everything. The only thing is it doesn't come back far enough. So you can get a pellet in there, but if you just bring it back and then let it go, it's very difficult to get a pellet in there. Now it's not a problem, you can fiddle around with that and get a pellet in there. But then what I also found is that the transfer point that's cut in the barrel has been so poorly done that as you thumb the bolt forward and the pellet travels over that transfer point, because remember the pellet's got to be on this side of it, so the gas can come up, fill the pellet, expand the skirt, grip the rifle in, blah blah blah, further on down range, right? But as you push this forward, it's such a hard job to get that pellet over the transfer point that I think the transfer point is cutting the pellet every time you use it. So what we're going to be doing with this, obviously I don't really want to buy anything that's got an extended probe and then shorten the probe just so I can put pellets in it. Because what I want to do, if for the older, more experienced guys from the airgun world, when I say pellet in waiting, think mid-80s, you'll know what I mean. So what we used to have a one-shot magazine. So you would put one pellet in the spout, okay, and then on top there'd be another shot waiting. So you would fire your first shot, your second one is your dispatch. There you go, that's your dispatch. Okay, but to do that, what I need to do with this is this bolt needs to come back further. If I can get this bolt to come back and leave me a gap, a length of a pellet, then I can do my shot in waiting system. Now the way we're going to do that, it's going to be, we're going to have to modify the bolt, we're going to have to modify the hammer, and we're going to have to modify this one as well. And this little piece that goes in there, what I need to do is shorten them all by the amount I want this to come back. So let's say I want this to come back, I'm looking at it now, say 4mm. I would need to take 2mm off of these and then 2mm off the bolt, off the hammer, to get my 4mm in total. And then the actual slot of which the hammer travels in, this slot needs to be carried on back as well by that 4mm. And then once we've done that, we can bring this all the way back. We'll have to change the catch and sear point on the hammer, so the sear engages at a different time. But when we've done that, this should let me bring it back further, and then I can put my pellet in waiting system into here. Oh, pardon me. Now my pellet in waiting system will be built into the sight ring. So what I'm going to do is get a one-piece sight mount, and then the centre of that sight mount will be my magazine tube for my one shot in waiting. Clever, huh? And then of course when you want to reload the gun, you'll be you can put your pellet in singular, or you can throw your shot in waiting system over and have your 2 shots ready to go. But the silencers have worked out really, really well. Let me put this back onto thingy. I'm just going to bend my leg back down. So it really does actually cut a lot out. So I'm going to do some long ones, some short ones. I'll be putting these up on eBay. The only thing I've been looking on eBay, and there is no silencers for sale. And I'm just wondering, because eBay's a bit weird. If they don't know the law or something, they absolutely don't let you sell it. And you can buy silencer adapters, you can buy muzzle brakes, but I've never actually seen any silencers on there for sale. So I'll be selling these as moderators. Obviously I've got the pistol frame and everything on the bottom of here now. This won't be on here. I will be bullpupping this. I'm just waiting for some more materials to turn up. But now I've been talking to this guy about this tube. I'm going to wait for this tube to turn up because I might have the pistol grip right out here where my hand is. Still haven't worked out how I'm going to connect the trigger to the sear back here, but I think it's going to be a sledge system. What that is your trigger will be attached to a long thin slice of metal. In that slice of metal there'll be a square that's machined out. One side of that square will have a wedge, it will have a slope, and it will be that slope that trips the sear. But the thing is, everything is always in contact. There's no creepage or anything like that. There is a few guns it's been used on, but off the top of my head, can't remember. But yeah, what do you think? Think the silencer's OTT? I mean, I was trying to make it really, really small, smaller than possible, but better. I used to do these excellent little silencers for 2.2 rimfires, which are called Stingers. And they were actually bought out by a company. They were quite big in the mid-90s. I don't think they ever put patent or a copyright on them or anything like that, so I might make them again. And they're tiny, but it's a really thin, long silencer, and it has about 100 washers in it. This has only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chambers. The first 3 are steel, galvanised. And then after that, everything else is silicon. And the silicon's really good. That's what we used to use on the Sterlings. The only thing is, on the Sterling's bullets, the actual round itself, the projectile, that would actually make contact with the silicon washers. So we had to change them every 100 shots. But the chance of you actually shooting 100 shots for a silenced weapon in country is so rare. It's not like Hollywood. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that. So Manny, behave yourself, right? You fucking scared me, you bastard. Right. Until next time. No, behave yourself. It is not required. Anyway, lads, we'll see you later. Ta-da. Bye-bye. By the way, I'm ugly. Don't forget that, right? I'm going to have that put on a t-shirt. I'm ugly. I'll see you later, boys. Ta-da.